With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
No. 319.
Here we go. Watch tight.
319.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
He's brought down by Ryan.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Check 23.
Mike.
26.
On play action, Rodgers. And this one's incomplete. Gronkowski, the intended target. And it's 3rd and short. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the others, you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Blue 58.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that's complete to Cooks. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here, too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose.
No. 319. Get 300. Get 300.
No. Check that. We want Mike 50.
Hey, Charlie.
Stop your whining. 5-2 is the Mike.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against his zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating 1st downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
You got time.
X3. 218. Chopper. 5.
Here's Steve Young. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. J.J. Watt. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now here's Young. Now Young loses the football. It's stripped. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown.
Chicago.
huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
Hey, back up. Get it.
Now on 2nd and 16. Young. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big play there for Minnesota. 64 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. They'll run with a big man, Bo Jackson, and he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to 5.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
2nd down and goal. Young, and he cannot get away, and Young will go down. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Mike's 5-4. 3 buzz, 3 buzz, 3 buzz.
Let go.
Here's Barkley. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. 6 yards puts him right on the doorstep, and now it'll be 4th and goal. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the second quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays. Because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Now left side on the swing pass. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 5.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Hey, Delta.
Right there. Right there.
Out of the gun, it's Young. And he's got a man, it's T.O. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
It's a gain of 8.
His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Hey, high 7, 5.
Young on first down. Complete the tight end, Kelsey. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. In this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
But he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Young takes it on the sneak, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Steve Young keeping it himself from a yard out as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Bryant's extra point up and good, and we are even at 10 apiece.
Matt Bryant set to kick off.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They had the interception on the last drive, which led to the tying touchdown. So 10-10 the score as they begin first and 10. They run with Barkley on first down, and he gets about 5 out of it. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey. All tied up at 10, 2 minutes left in the first half. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
They're going to need some therapy.
Rodgers from the gun on third down. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Hey, Zoo.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Give the sack to Lawrence Taylor. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Yeah, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Check 50. Check 50.
Blue draw Corkers. Hey, exit.
From the 40 now on second down. Young is going to go for a big play downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Here we go. Let's go.
Now Young on 4th down. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Bears will get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra, and pay off in that situation.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Bears first down.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Being chased out left. And he slides to avoid the hit. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Breaks airline set to kick off.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is taken near the 13. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
At the 45-yard line.
Ready?
On second down, here's Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Ready?
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
It's a loss of a yard.
On 3rd down, here's Bo. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Holt. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage.
Pilot, 64, weak.
The play fake. Now Young. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught inside the 15. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 36 yards on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Now Young.
Come on. Come on.
That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down.
A loss of 6 brings up second and goal at the Bears' 15-yard line.
Let's go.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further.
Get it.
A toss out to Barkley.
Go, go, go. Run it. Run.
And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A good run there, 9 yards, but it still leaves him with work to do on third and goal. Field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. Here's Young from the shotgun. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up fourth. The kick by Bryant is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. They had it first and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Matt Bryant set to kickoff.
Bryant now, after hitting the field goal, gets set to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee. As they'll at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get the timing back.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. A good comeback there after the penalty, 9 yards, and it's 2nd and 6.
He's brought down by...
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Saquon Barkley, and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here.
Big edge, big edge, big edge.
Going right.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Lawrence Taylor picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It's 2nd down.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I know he ain't got it.
Check safety, check safety.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Undercrush.
Now it's Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to run with the ball.
Here we go.
On 3rd down, this is Jackson. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Joker.
X3. 218. Chopper.
Where's 52?
150. Hey, you block over here.
He's scared.
Bravo.
52.
319.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. The Vikings after him, and